My name is Rene Bowditch. I am actually an attorney. I have worked in politics. I've worked in marketing. I have my own nonprofit named hereforthegirls.org, oh, by the way. And I have 2 grown children and a wonderful husband and 2 dogs. I was in my late 40s. My daughter was 8 and my son was 11. And the doctor comes in and says, you have invasive ductal and lobular carcinoma. And at that moment, anyone who's gotten a cancer of any kind diagnosis, the immediate thing you think is, I'm gonna die. And I had these young children. And at that moment, my dear husband, David, grabbed my right hand and the Lord grabbed my left hand, and neither ever let go. For me personally, it gave purpose to my having had cancer. What is now a 16-year-old nonprofit called Here for the Girls, and we do support for young women with breast cancer. I think this nonprofit, these young women that we've been able to help and be there for, has been the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
My name is Jen Clark. I am 45 years old. I am the mom of one 22-year-old daughter who graduated from VCU, and I work in government affairs for Dominion Energy. When I was 39 years old, I started having the symptoms, just bloating, bleeding, all of the things that you hear about. And I went to my doctor. 2 days later, she called me and said, you have a very aggressive form of cancer. You need to see an oncologist today. So that began the journey. We went in then and did a full body PET scan and a round of radiation, chemotherapy, and then a radical hysterectomy. I went and lived my best life in Italy. I enrolled in Italian classes and I got an apartment for a couple of months in Italy, and it was just fantastic. I felt like I was my healthiest I'd been in 4 years. I knew everything was just going to be fine because I was taking such great care of myself and I just felt on top of the world. And that's when they found that the cancer had metastasized to my abdomen, my colon, my lung. We started on a treatment that is not being used widely. It was just recently approved. And so far it has been doing amazing things. Almost, I think after the first treatment, we saw results. We saw the tumors shrinking. That was one of the reasons why I moved from another local hospital to Massey, to VCU, is the quality of care, the attention to the concerns, the information given to me has been completely life-changing.
Well, my name is Catina Jones, and I am a 7-year breast cancer survivor. My journey with breast cancer has been a long and unwanted journey. I started with my mother and my grandmother. Right about the same time, they were diagnosed with breast cancer. Fortunately, they were survivors. I had an older sister. Unfortunately, I did say had. She's 3 years older, and at the age of 35, she lost her battle to breast cancer. She lost her battle and left behind 7 children. My sister, unfortunately, is the classic example of why education about breast cancer, why information is so crucial. Her appointment after the hospital was with VCU Massey. And I can remember the nurse there telling us that it was a very treatable form of cancer. And had she come in sooner, likelihood was they could have saved her life. A little less than 10 years later, maybe about 10 years later, I was diagnosed. It taught me so much, which is why I'm committed to teaching other women as much as I know about breast cancer and the resources. When you become a survivor, responsibility comes with that. And I don't think it's one to be taken lightly. I'm quite proud that I've been able to survive and persevere and hopefully help other women.